Hello boys and girls, this is Uncle Chris and I have brought you another story from Malawi. The title of the story is Don't Let It Go. Don't let it go. When I was young, I used to go to the village and I would join other boys and we would go hunting. What we used to hunt then as the little boys were mice, which we used to eat. That is until before I heard and read Leviticus chapter 11 verse 29, which tells us specific animals that are clean and unclean. And mice are in the category of unclean animals. I don't eat them anymore.
Good.
So a young boy named Yohane went with his friends to the bush, carrying themselves their weapons or tools of hunting, and it was a hoe. So they carried hoes with them. They'd go to the bush and start looking for mice. Mice dig or burrow holes into the ground, but there has to be evidence of their existence on the ground, and we would look for that evidence, and when we found a hole, we would start digging. So they started digging and dug and dug. Some mice would burrow closer to the surface, whereas others dig deeper or further away. So what we would do then, and Yohane was doing, was to use a stick which is called a mtoso. So mtoso would be used to poke into the hole and see if they could bring out evidence of the food, the mice. But sometimes the mtoso wouldn't work very well. So what Yohane decided to do was to use his hand as a mtoso. So he poked and went further, and he thought he felt something soft, something touchy-feely. So he held on to it, believing it was a mouse. Food. Ew. As he pulled his hand out and extended it, his friend looked at his hand and ran away, because Yohane was holding not the food, the mouse, but a stick. So his friends ran away and they told him, shouting as they ran away, "Don't let it go! Don't let it go!" And not knowing what to do, he just kept running and running and running. And as the people looked at him, looked at the snake, they also shouted to him, "Don't let it go!" And so Yohane kept running towards his father. When he approached his father took a look at him and looked at his hand with the snake, and look at him and they look at the hand with the snake. Then the father said, "Let it go!" So Yohane was having two voices in his mind. The voice of the father, which said, "Let it go," and the voice of the multitude, who said, "Don't let it go." And because the father noticed he didn't believe him, so the father laughed and said, Yohane, let it go." And so Yohane let it go, and it fell to the ground. And when he looked at the snake on the ground, it was dead. You see, the tighter he held onto it around the neck, the snake then died. Children, you see, in John chapter 10 verse 27, the Bible says, "My sheep hear my voice." You will hear different voices, children, but listen and obey the voice of the Father. When the Father says, "Let go of sin, let go of Satan," obey the voice of the Father and let it go. Until next time, when I shall bring another story from Malawi, I say goodbye. You are with me, Uncle Chris.